Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy AAron2420, and we are bringing you guys our NPCC. That's right, I joined another league. Can you believe it? Well, NPL is ending, so I guess you probably should have expected that I joined another league. NPCC draft analysis. And before I begin, I'd just like to point out, yes, this is going up on Sunday. Normal NPCC uploads, I believe, are Saturdays. I could be wrong, but I believe they're Saturdays. This is taking the place of PPC because this match is actually happening today. And then that's going to take the place of NPL tomorrow because, well, I fight Turbo, and Turbo's been just non-existent. He assumed he gets kicked, so, like, if he's not going to do his match, I'm not going to bother trying to hound him for it. But yeah, so I guess it kind of just worked out, though. So we have this going up. I'm not sure when the first upload is. It's either next Saturday or the Saturday after that. So either September 2nd or 9th, I believe. I could be wrong in that, but point is, we had a draft, and in case you can't see, yes, there's a Mon dancing across the screen right now. I'm gonna get into that in a second. But we are actually changing our team name yet again. Probably the last time that I'm gonna change my team name, to be honest. But I decided to change it to the Calgary Infernapes because one, the Minnesota Miniors meme is dead. Minior, people still associate Minior with me, but like the Minior meme is dead on my channel, and part of me is glad about that. But Minior will forever be missed. In fact, in my first Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon draft league, I am promising right now I will draft Minior again, and I will name it Trojan again because Minior is still is one of my favorite fucking Pokemon. But Infernape will always be my very favorite until they make a Fire Fairy type that is somehow doper than Infernape. I'm hoping for it, but I doubt it will ever happen. Because if they ever made a Fire Fairy type, it would probably be like some fucking Flaming or Bombi or some shit. But we're here though for our NPCC draft analysis. Now, actually, this is a good segue, because speaking of Fairy types, we have first Mon, we have Cocaine, our Tapu Koko. And it's spelled like K-O-K, because Tapu Koko, Tapu Cocaine, Cocaine, and it also is fast. Gives you that rush, just like Tapu Koko is a rush. I'm hilarious, yeah. Just saying, Ben came up with all these nicknames, so shout outs to Ben. Besides one, but it's another nickname Ben gave me for another Mon. We'll get into when we get into it. But first we got Cocaine. No, it's not gonna have power. No, it's not gonna be at level 1. I just gen these off of a Marshadow default, so bear with me. I didn't give a shit. I didn't really care. But basically, I just went off PK Hex default, typed in all my Mons, typed in their names. The reason we're on Citra is because this is actually going to be a Wi-Fi league, so I figured why not. Since I'm going to record all my matches in Citra, it made sense to do my draft analysis in Citra. Now, that also explains why I'm doing this in Citra. But basically, Tapu Koko, I really want a Tapu Koko. I've wanted it for a while now, to be honest. It gives me a really nice electric type, base 130 speed. Can be run physical and special, which I really like about Tapu Koko. It's really great overall as a pivot. Probably the best pivot in the meta right now besides Later T, to be honest. Though then again, that is the singles meta in Smogon. It's different from Draft League. Though a lot of my team sort of goes off of what I've been liking in Ladder as of recent, or be it's what I've liked in other leagues as of ORAS. But yeah, so Cocaine though, I really want a fast electric type. I've been wanting Coco for a while, and I've actually been using a lot of Coco teams in the ladder as of recent, between Coco Rain and also Coco Hawlucha teams. Though, to be fair, Coco Rain usually has Hawlucha on it anyway. But really just a lot of Hawlucha Coco variants I've been using in the ladder as of recent. And no, I did not pick Hawlucha round 2. And no, I did not. I would never waste a round 2 or 3 pick on Hawlucha. Oh, and by the way, we had wheel pick. First wheel pick, actually. So this was our first pick. People might say it's an early pick. I honestly do not give a shit because I've used Magearna in USL, and I have Later T currently in IBA D2. That's not an upload league though, so I'm not gonna upload it. But yeah, I have Later T there. So like all the really good options for round 1, for like first pick in round 1, I've already used this meta. So I want to use Coco. I've never used any Tapu besides Finny. I really didn't like Finny. I like it a lot more in ladder. I don't like it in format, to be honest. It's just on my Mon. It's like here on black. I can't use it, though I acknowledge it's a very powerful Mon. Other things that I consider Bulu, but main thing about Bulu that I didn't really like was that it's slow, and I didn't want my very first pick to be a slow Mon when a lot of the rest of my draft plan was already very slow. And Lele was banned, and thankfully so. And even if it got S tiered like Magearna was, I'm not paying an extra 60 points for it. That's fucking ridiculous. in my opinion, I don't like S tiers. I don't like the paying extra 60 points. I wasn't gonna do that. I could have gotten Greninja. Actually, no, both Greninjas were banned in minors. I could have gotten Darkrai. Yeah, I think Darkrai was allowed. I could have gotten Deoxys Defense. I could have gotten Aegislash. There's a couple others as well. I just didn't feel like getting them. I didn't feel like spending my extra 60 points just to get them. So that's why I went with Coco. It also pairs really nicely with a lot of the draft that I went on with later on. So I figured, you know, it was a really easy mon to build around, in my opinion. Next up, though, we have Heatgang, our Heatran. Heatran I really liked. It's a mon I've been wanting to use for a while, in format at least. I can't even remember the last time I drafted Heatran, if I'm being completely honest, though I could probably look it up. I just don't feel like looking it up in this analysis, because I need to open up my drive, and I need to look through all my drafts in order of the last time I did them. I just know I haven't drafted it in Sun and Moon. Heatran's a mon, though. It's been a mon I've really wanted to draft for a while now. It's a really powerful fire type. Fire Steel is a phenomenal typing. It's really nice. I do have a major ground weakness right now, though, but it's 2 picks in. Calm your shit. I patched up really well later on. But yeah, so major ground weakness, though, first 2 picks. I don't care. It's a Steel type. It's a Steel Dragon Fairy. It's already being formed. I got my nice Fire type. It's a Z. One of my Z users, my other one being Coco. Basically, Heatran is my offense only Zmon. Coco is my offense and status Zmon. I figured main reason with Coco potentially is maybe if I want to run, let's say, Electric Terrain Coco with, I don't know why I would, or like Z Rain Dance. Z Rain Dance is a set I think I might run 1 week, just because like it gives me a +1 speed boost and I can change my moves up. So I can also spam Thunder really easily with the Electric Terrain boost. So I mean, it's a set. It might work. Probably not. I might run it if I need to. Again, probably not, but just options. Heatran, though, is our offense-only Zmon. So Z Solar Beam, Z Fire Blast, both powerful options. Z Solar Beam is probably what I go with more often than not on Heatran if I want for a Z move. But it has a lot they can do with it. It's a really nice lead. It's a good wall for physical and special defense. I consider it, in my opinion, I consider it the special version of Lando T in the sense that it can be a really nice hazard setter. It can be really nice defensive, offensive. It can be really nice choice. The only thing that it doesn't have that Lando T does have is setup options. So I don't like that, but this thing does pull off a really nice AV set as well. So AV Tran is really powerful. It could trap something which it has over Lando T, obviously, and I'm only comparing it to Lando T because of how diverse it is. It can trap with Magma Storm, which is really powerful. So if we're going off the Lando T comparison, which isn't the best one, albeit, but it's a comparison nonetheless. It has that over Lando T at least. This was my round 2 pick, so like again for round 2, I figured it was a really solid pick. Heatran I haven't really been seeing getting drafted too much lately, and I don't know why. It's such a fucking phenomenal mon, but I mean it's fine. Heatgang is on our squad. It's gonna be really powerful with the rest of our team. Next up, we got Icy McSpicy, our Mamoswine. This was a really clever one by Ben. It was originally going to be Hita Slices, but then he realized because he put the dashes in it, it made it like 14 characters, so it was just too long. So because of that, we went with Icy McSpicy, our Mamoswine. Mamoswine's a mon. Again, I really wanted to draft Mamoswine for so long, but it never gets to me because Mamoswine's usually taken like round 3, and normally I'll either get a round 1 ground type or I'll get a lower tier ground type, like a tier 3. Being like Donphan, for example, I've drafted. I really like that. So yeah, Icy McSpicy, though, I've wanted to use this thing for so long. Really powerful ice type too. This sort of did fuck me over, I'll give it that, because it would have made choosing Sneasel lower tier a better option, or an option I would have considered, because it would have helped my speed tiers a lot. So I guess because of the snipes that happened after this pick, and I'll go over them in a second, it sort of fucked me over speed tier wise, but I'm not too mad because Mamoswine's really bulky, really nice ground type. Ice Ground is phenomenal offense. In fact, in my opinion, the 2 best offensive typings. Fighting would be a close third, a really close third. But Ice Ground, in my opinion, 2 best offensive typings. I got priority with Ice Shard, which I lacked earlier. It's a backup lead option in case I don't go with Rocks and Heatran. It's a really powerful physical wall breaker, which currently, as of right now, unless I'm running Electrium Z Wild Charge on Coco, I would not really want to run physical Coco, because if I'm really going to run physical moves on Coco, I'm running it with Z move because the physical set has like no coverage. So I'm running it to break something, such as Z Brave Bird with Tangrowth, or 4 Tangrowth, maybe Z. Yeah, it would really just be those because I wouldn't run Z U-turn. That would be stupid. So yeah, I have options with Heatran though. Really nice priority mon, really nice band user. It's base 130 attack. It's a really powerful physical wall breaker. It's really nice speed tier for Scarf too. I find base 80 mons, in my opinion, to be the best Scarfers. And especially at level 50, I believe you outspeed base 1... I believe... Yeah, whatever Beatrice speed tier is, I believe it's base 145. And I believe at level 50 we just outspeed it, which is really nice. Because I hate at level 100 how you're just one speed under. I forget if it's speed tie or just outspeed. But... Anyway, that's really it for Mamoswine. Now we get into round 4. Now before I begin round 4, I would like to point out the mons that got sniped going into this transition because it really reflects on my picks next. My next two picks were going to be, I believe were going to be Goodra and Cresselia. Yeah, I had Goodra Cresselia on deck next. When I had Goodra or Uniclus on deck next. And the mons that got sniped, I had Necrozma, which was a tier 2 option. It was my backup. Yeah, it was actually tier 2. I was surprised, but yeah, my tier 2 backup to Uniclus. I liked Uniclus more because of Regenerator. That was sniped, though that was taken round 2 to be fair. I had Uniclus snipe from me. I had Goodra snipe from me. I had Hawlucha snipe from me. Round 3 of all things. And I had Delmi snipe from me, which I was going to get earlier because it became really vital to what I ended up changing my draft plan around to be. So I was going to get that, but Delmi's was taken round 4. I don't get it. It really fucked over practically everything I was going to take. So next up though, I went with my backup to my backup for Uniclus. Blocked by the Sun, Cresselia. I decided to be that guy in this draft and draft it. I've never used Cresselia. The only time I've ever used it is on ladder with Trick Room teams, but I'm pretty sure it's only been in doubles. I might have used it before in singles, but I can't remember. So I have no... Well, actually, I used it in VGC 15 and 16 a little bit, but I've never used it in singles that I can remember. So it's going to be very interesting to see what I do with Cress. It's a mod I've wanted to use for a while. It's probably the best wall in draft format, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, in my opinion, probably the best wall in format. Maybe like Finny's close, but no recovery. But yeah, all the mods I can think of that compete in a mixed wall option have no recovery. So I'd say Crest is probably the best overall wall in draft format. It's really nice defenses overall. It's not even passive too, because it has base 85 special attack and 85 speed, which is phenomenal for a wall. Most walls are usually really slow, so I can make this thing fast if I need to. Fast calm mindset. It's one of my faster mods in my team, to be honest. As you can see, besides Coco, my team is pretty slow right now. This is my second fastest as of this moment in the draft. Trick Room set, so I can help my team that's otherwise really fucking slow in that department. Healing Wish support is really nice as well, especially in my bulkier team. Heatran and Mamoswine don't get recovery. A few of my other mons later on in the draft that are really bulky don't get recovery either, so this can help with potentially clearing, either A, clearing status on things such as a Burn Mamoswine or a Paralyzed Mega Gyarados, which is my next mon. It can also help with things such as getting back recovery on my mons such as Gyarados, Heatran, Mamoswine, so they can potentially clean late game. So Cress, I figured, was very nice support for my team overall. It's got recovery, great defenses, great, even good offenses for a wall. So yeah, blocked by the Sun. Next up we got Shrimp Dick. It's gonna have an exclamation point for the I because of course it's gonna get fucking censored. So yeah, we got Shrimp Dick, our Mega Gyarados. I really wanted to use Mega Gyarados for a while now. I haven't used it in format that I can remember. I might have used it in like X and Y, well, not X and Y, in ORS format, but I can't remember drafting it. I didn't draft it in FBL for either season. I didn't draft it for PBC. I didn't draft it for... I know I haven't drafted it in Sun and Moon. So if I drafted it, it was in some small-ass ghetto league that I can't remember. But I really wanted to use Mega Gyarados for a while now. The last time I can remember using it is whenever I ladder with my X and Y OU team, to be honest. It's a really fucking solid team. Got me to like 1706, I believe, exactly. So the second highest I've ever been on any ladder. Highest peaking at was Anything Goes, being, I believe, 1750 something. So it's either 1750 to 800, 1800, somewhere between there. But yeah, Mega Gyarados, so it's a really phenomenal mon. Base 81 speed, so it just has speeding things like Mamoswine, which again, I have Mamoswine, but it's not speeding all those base 80 mons. Mold Breaker is phenomenal for breaking things such as Mega Sableye, so I can run a Toxic set if I want to. Sadly, I don't get hazards. That would be awesome. But yeah, I can go through abilities. So like, for example, Wonder Guard, though, to be fair, I could just go Crunch on Shedinja if I needed to. Thick Fat, though, actually, No, that really only works. Well, actually, I guess for Ice Fang against Mega Venusaur if I really needed to. Though again, at that point, Crunch would probably be doing. I think Crunch would do more. Might not. What's something? Okay, so Earthquake on a Latios. There we go. Why I wouldn't go for Crunch, I don't know. But if Latios switches in, it's no longer switching. So Levitate Mons, I can Earthquake freely. So yeah. All these examples I've named are really bad, so I'm sorry about that. But it's a Dragon Dancer, so it helps my speed a little bit, though naturally it does not because 81 base speed. And I'm really clumping at that speed tier right now, so that already sucks. But it's a really bulky water type, to be honest, especially for an offensive one. Believe it's base 155 attack, so it's phenomenal. Especially with setup options, that's gonna be really nice. It has pretty nice coverage with things such as Waterfall, Earthquake, Crunch, Ice Fang. I can run Bounce as well if I want to try and break like grass types better than Ice Fang would, though I'd probably save Ice Fang more so if I was running something such as regular Gyarados with Z Fly, or Z Bounce actually, because it doesn't get Fly. But point is though, we have decent coverage with Gyarados. Its special attack isn't even horrible, to be honest. I think it's like base 90 something. So if I really need to run like a mixed Gyarados, it has a decent special move pool. So yeah, that's Shrimp Dick. Next up we got KFC 2-piece. This is a placeholder. I got it so that when I can get Hawlucha back in my draft. It's going to have for week 1. I'll probably bring it week 1 just to say that I brought it. It's essentially my Hawlucha replacement until week 2 when I get Hawlucha. It's on Burden user. The one reason I didn't like this is because of the fact that Acrobatics isn't as good. In fact, I don't even think this thing gets Acrobatics. So I can't take advantage of that. And I really like Acrobatics Hawlucha. Plus Hawlucha really helps the gap I have later on in my draft between base 112 and 130. I would have so many things that would speed me had I kept Hitmonlee. And also, because again, Hitmonlee what's the word? Hitmonlee still hits around that base 80 to 90 range, which so much of my team hits. So, yeah, I'll have it for week 1. I will not have it week 2. On to the Monahan, so, let's see. Next up, we got Nacho Libre, the actual mon that Hitmonlee is going to take the place of. I wanted this thing originally, and I'm really glad that the guy caved in. He just said I can't bring it against him, but I don't mind not bringing it in 1 week if it means I can get it for the rest of the season. Even if I take an auto L that week because of it, I don't really care, as long as I can win out the season. And who knows, if I don't fight him, that's even better. Then I don't get handicapped. But yeah, so I think it was worth it in my opinion. I like Hawlucha's speed here a lot better. I like the move pool a lot better. Has a wide variety of options, such as Electric Seed with my Top Coco. I have Sub-Citrus with SD. The move pool, in my opinion, the coverage is a lot better, though I don't get fake out priorities. That's the one downside. But I really don't like Hitmonlee. I've already used Hitmonlee. It wasn't that it was a bad mon, I just don't like it as much. Also Mold Breaker, so I can set up SD and then hit Clefable and actually KO it instead of 3-hit KOing it with Poison Jab. So that's a really powerful option as well if I need to break Clefable on my team. Which, I mean, to be fair, I do have a Heatran, and later on I have a couple answers as well for Clefable, so I don't think I'll need to. But should I need to, Mold Breaker is an option. Limber, bad ability, not running it, even though that's the one ability, ironically, that actually shows up. Yeah, I have a wide variety of options. I can set up with Bulk Up and not Thunder Punch, fuck. Bulk Up and Swords Dance as well. So very powerful setup options with Nacho Libre. Next up, we got Ass Eater Plus. It says Ass Eater Plus. That's because at and then SS Eater Plus got blocked. I don't even think I could name a mon with an at because I did at S Eater Plus and that still got blocked. So Ass Eater Plus, you all know it's Ass Eater Plus, but on Wi-Fi will be Ass Eater Plus because I checked, this does not get blocked. We got Golbat though, another mon I've really wanted to use for a while. I got sniped of it in the NPL and I was really fucking pissed off that I got sniped of it. I got it really early, to be honest. I got it around 7 with my wheel 6 and 7 pick, which is really fucking early, but at the same time, it was a tier 5 Golbat, so I was not letting that go to round 8 or 9 because I would not have gotten it. So I got Ass Eater Plus here. Really powerful wall. It's my backup with Crest, so between the two of them, they should be pretty solid wall core. I also have other bulky mons such as Mamoswine and Heatran, a couple others later on that I'll get into. My team doesn't really have a psychic weakness either, so I didn't, besides Hawlucha, but I have Mega Gyarados, so I can kill psychic types really easily. And I have other mons that just blow back psychic types later on in my draft. So I didn't feel too worried about this. Another thing also that Golbat gives me is a nice defogger, because I don't think as of right now I actually have Hazard. Yeah, because I traded away Hitmonlee. Well, I'm going to be trading away Hitmonlee, and that's a spinner. but I don't like him when he's a spinner. He's a horrible spinner. So we got Golbat though. Nice defogger. I believe this is the only hazard removal in my draft, but my draft isn't too hazard weak. I think this is actually the only mon that's actually weak to hazards. So I'm not too mad about that. Would have liked a spinner. If I really want a spinner later on in the draft, I can always, well, later on in the season, I can always try and trade or pick up one through free agent. So it's not a horrible thing. Seater Plus, though, is really nice wall with Eviolite. Even without Eviolite, it's still not horrible. Super Fang is phenomenal. Defog's phenomenal. I think that's really all. I think I'm repeating myself at this point. But yeah, this is why I drafted Seater Plus. Next, we got 2 Spook. I'm bringing back Gourgeist because Delmise was sniped for me. Originally, I was going to get Delmise and Druddigon, which was actually my backup because Goodra was taken. But sadly, though, Delmise and Goodra were both taken. So I went with my backup pair, being, well, Gourgeist, and then as usually next, I got Dragalge. So that was my backup pair. I got them both back-to-back 8 and 9. Gourgeist is tier 4 pick, so I'm really pissed off about that. Though, to be fair, at the same time, it sort of worked out because Golbat was a steal. Gourgeist, it was one of the worst mons in its tier. But I really badly needed the type. And I was not going to get Decidueye and Druddigon. It was only worth it if I can get, in my opinion, it was only worth it to have gotten Delmise and Druddigon because of the fact that I really wanted the spin option. But my spinner option was taken, so I wasn't going to get a second defogger just to get gypped with Druddigon. So I went with 2 Spook. I'm not mad about it. I've brought it to like 1 week in the NPL anyway, so it's not like I've really used it. It's a mod that I've helped a lot of people build with, and whenever I'm helping other people build with it, I seem to fit it on every single team I build with, but I've only ever fit it on 1 NPL week team. So I think it's just bad luck. I want to use it more, so that's why I drafted it again. It was decent the 1 week I brought it. Had Nate not tricked a Scarf onto it, would have been nice. It's got decent attack too in its offensive form. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it against a Trick Room setter. So it helps with my Trick Room team, which this is definitely more of a Trick Room team to be honest. But yeah, I do fix up my speed later on though. But next up, let's go into an abysmally slow mon, probably the slowest on my team. Low-key AAron, we're Dragalge. I brought Dragalge back from the PPC. I loved using Dragalge in the PPC, to be honest. It was one of the favorite mons on my team, to be honest. I loved that I could just nuke anything I want with Specs, Adaptability, Draco, or Sludge Wave. That hits everything really well besides Steel types, to be honest. In Steel types, I do have other mons, such as I have Mamoswine, I have Heatran, I have Hawlucha, so Steel types aren't a problem. If I can get rid of the Steel type, low-key AAron will low-key sweep through a team. Really stretch out the pun there, so I'm sorry about that. But low-key AAron will low-key break any team I want. It's helping my special problem, which, I mean, I have... My draft, to be honest, ended up turning into a more specially offensive draft, though early on it was a hard physical draft with, like, Coco and Heatran as my special offense. But, I mean, I got Dragalge here, sort of a special nuke, so that kind of invalidates any special offense problems I would have had otherwise. Its coverage is phenomenal. T-Spikes is phenomenal. It's really nice SpDef too, so if I don't want to run it offense, as you can see there, it's got 7 SpDef, so I believe, well, I mean, that's pretty high for a mon at level 1 to have 7 in any stat, but I'm trying to remember this base stat. I believe it was around, like, base 120 something, I think 123, and then it's base 97 special attack, but with adaptability and specs, nothing takes that, especially from a Draco of all things. So, yeah, low-key AAron, I'm low-key excited to be using Dragalge again. Next up, next up we got April. I drafted my cat. She's sleeping in a cat tree and licking herself, but we got I'm hooked on the Dragalge pun. We got April here. I wanted Tauros. I really wanted Tauros, but I got Perugly. I only got it over Kangaskhan because of the speed, because I would have missed something in that range between Hawlucha and... Oh yeah, Frogadier. That's my next pick, by the way. It's how I ended off my draft. But yeah, so Perugly though, I really needed the fast normal type. It was either this or Pyroar, and I was not getting Pyroar. Especially because around this point, I realized my draft was so specially offensive. So I figured, I mean, it's a fake out user. It's got nice physical attack. I think it's like base 90. Base 112 speed is really nice. I got U-turn. Defiant is really nice. I can run Thick Fat if I want to try and run it bulkier, though I don't really need the bulk in my team because I have Crest and Golbat and Gourgeist, and even Dragalge too and Heatran. So I have a lot of bulk in my team. It's really bulky. I may try and get some frailier offensive mons later on, but who knows. Probably though, I mean, it's not horrible. Also was gonna get Ditto, but that was also sniped this round. So I got Perugly. Not mad about it. It's not a horrible mod. I'm gonna make it work 1 week. If not, I'll trade it for a spinner. So worst comes to worst, I trade it for a spinner. Though hopefully this does work out for my team. It's not horrible. I'll make it work. Finally, though, we got Justin King, our Frogadier. Yup, we got Frogadier, guys. I think I've actually drafted it before, though. Again, it was like Oras. It was over a year ago. That's all I remember. But I mean, it's a really nice spike mon. I believe it gets spikes and toxic spikes. I know at the very least it does get regular spikes though. It's really nice base speed of base 97. So for a tier 5 mon, it was really nice for that hitting the based on 100 mons need to speed creep this speed tier. So they can't just run adamant on my team. So this helped with my speed tier issue. It also gave me spikes. It gave me really nice coverage. For Brogadier has amazing coverage. It gets Protein as well, which I can run without having to pick up an S tier Greninja, which was banned anyway. So I can actually get my stab from everything, which makes up for its otherwise lackluster attack. It's tier 5 mon anyway. Again, worst comes to worst, if I just like this or Perugly, I'll just get a tier 5 spinner like Sandslash or some shit. So yeah, I mean, I really like Dustin King though. Really phenomenal mon for a tier 5 mon. It was the only mon drafted that was not on the dock. Surprisingly, Pikachu and Roselia were, but this was not. You know, this is actual viability on a team as a spiker. So we're gonna prove all the haters are wrong. We're gonna dab on them, and we're gonna get some kills with Frogadier this season. And again, really nice spiker, so that was the main reason I picked it up, to be honest. But that is our NPCC draft. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment down below what you think our record is going to be. I'm not sure about the schedule yet. I'll see if I can link the doc. I'm pretty sure it's a public doc, so I don't think there's going to be any harm in linking it. Though at the very least, I will try and get a copy of our schedule if I can't link the doc. And also, yeah, so I'll do that at least if I'm not allowed to link the doc. Though I don't think that there's any problem with it as long as I link the non-editable version. Regardless, though, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we do well this season. I'm excited. Peace out, guys.